Interpreter's Log to October 21st, 2022. So it's 5 in the morning and I'm sitting in my basement getting ready to work on Hans's assignment, which I should have finished yesterday or well before. I had 2 weeks to do it, but I thought the day before the class wasn't such a bad idea. It's nice and fresh. However, what I didn't factor in was this so-called mock meeting, 4 languages, all relay, and it's sent me into, again, another bit of a downward spiral. I continue to find it kind of completely unacceptable. The fact that the lab doesn't really work as a lab. The consoles are all in a corner. The computers that the consoles are connected to and everything's supposed to be kind of daisy chained together and we could relay, and kind of like a real interpretation lab is not happening. It's all Zoom. We could all be doing it remotely, really. These boxes within boxes, and even Helen Campbell agrees, and Michelle Hoff somewhat too. But Helen Campbell definitely agreed. She even said, tell Andrew that if that laboratory is not working the way it's supposed to, when I go to Toronto, well, he's going to have to deal with me. You guys should not be putting up with this. That's what she told us. Has anybody said anything? So, of course, I put up my hand. I said, I have actually, Helen. And she goes, oh, good, Andrés. And nothing. They don't seem to care. They made a commercial business decision a few years ago that apparently something had to be fixed and some technician would have had to have been brought over from across the pond in Belgium, and they opted not to. Oh, well, the industry is changing. Yeah, well, it doesn't mean that you decide to become a car mechanic and you work on cars without engines, right? Or gasoline. The one thing you can't do is start the car, right? Very annoying, this whole thing. I still care. I just don't feel like paying for this, ultimately. And for me, that's a low denominator when I boil it down. Now the money's bothering me. It's not true. I've never been worried about money, but sometimes when you feel that you're being pushed to be a certain way, you're being trained to be, quote unquote, a professional, and you look around and you see certain things, well, obviously it makes you wonder, but more than that, it puts a bad taste in your mouth. You're like, really? Are you kidding me? And here, just to wrap up this interpreter log, this morning is also, or this afternoon is this mock meeting, right? And no presentations, no nothing. Just like the last one, the last town hall, that was a real thing though. That's no mock town hall. We didn't get anything really, even though I insisted, but at least I had a chance to insist, right? And I got something 40 minutes before the meeting started, actually. So, however, here, what do we get? A bunch of faux speeches, so faux titles of titles of what people do. So it's not like if this was a real thing, like at the town hall, I could Google the president of York, and I came up with tons of information, tons of recordings. So I was able to build a case, build a lexicon, build a file, and prepare, somewhat in a way that it made sense. This other thing, since everything is made up, maybe not the theme, homelessness and home ownership, that's a thing. But everybody involved, they're all fake. So I don't get any hits. It's very frustrating, basically.